Hello again and welcome back to part 4 of the Corylus throw. The next this video that we're doing now is going to cover from here to here after we finished the rows with the popcorns on. You'll find that the colour of the project that I'm working on will change because I'm actually working two at the same time. Just so that I can get through the rest of the videos a little bit quicker. We're still working with a 5mm hook. The yarn I'm using is double knit yarn. This one is a multicoloured one. The other one I've only used about 5 or 6 colours on. So I'll start on one colour and then I'll carry on and finish the rows on this throw here. The next row that we'll be working will be row 24 and we're going to start in a corner. As always, I'm going to start with a slip knot onto the hook, and each of the corners will be worked exactly the same. We're going to work 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and we're going to do that 3 times. So yarn over into the corner, yarn over through 2, work the second part of that double crochet 2 together, which we call the 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1 in between, and then we're going to do the same thing again, a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 1, and a 2 double crochet cluster. So in the corner we've got 4 2 double crochet clusters. We're now going to back post half double along the sides. We're going to back post double. We're going to do that over the next 22 stitches, so that's including this first hidden stitch here. So to do the back post double, it's yarn over the hook, come from behind your work over the bar of the stitch, pick up the loop, and then carry on and finish it off as you would do a normal double. We're going to do that 22 times. So I'll pause the video at this point and I'll meet you when I get to the 22nd stitch there. So I've now worked the 22 back post doubles. We're now going to work 7 back post half doubles. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next 2 we've got this stitch here, that's 6, and the next stitch is just before the popcorns, so we've got a back post half double around the post of that stitch. We're now going to do a half double between the 2 popcorns here, so there's the half double. We now back post 7 half doubles again, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. That's going to leave 22 back post doubles that will take you to the corner, so I'll meet you when we get to that corner. Once we get to the corner, we're going to work exactly the same as we did in the first corner. which is the 2 double crochet cluster, and we do that with a chain 1 in between and 4 times. So there's 1, chain 1, 2, chain 1, 3, chain 1, and the 4th one. Oops, I've only done a double there. And then we do exactly the same as we did on this first side. We've got 22 back post doubles, 7 back post half doubles, which will take you to the middle of the 2 popcorns here, where you do a half double between the 2 popcorns, and then you work a mirror of what we've just done, 7 half doubles and then 7 back post half doubles, sorry, and then the 22 back post doubles, which again will take you to the next corner. So if you want to work all 4 sides exactly the same, and I'll meet you when we start on row 25. So once you've completed row 24, we're going to work now on row 25, starting again in that corner space. So slip knot onto the hook, and in the corner we're going to work 2 doubles, a chain 1 and another 2 doubles. We're now going to skip the first stitch. We're going to do a front post double around each of the clusters. So we've got a front post double around the first cluster, a double in the space, don't forget to do that double, and then a front post double around the next cluster. We're now going to work a cross stitch double all the way along. So we're going to just move that little bit of yarn there. We're going to skip that first double and do a double into the next stitch, and then we come back and do a double into the stitch that we skipped, and that forms the first cross. So to do the next one, we're going to skip this next stitch and work a double into the following stitch, and then do a double in the skipped stitch. So skip the next one, work a double, and then work the next double into the skipped stitch, and that forms the cross stitch. We're going to work all the way along working this same stitch. At the end of the row you will have 29 of these cross stitches, plus the front post double around the clusters, a double that sits in between, and the 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles. So if you want to carry on along the row and work all of your cross stitches, and I'll meet you when we get to the corner. Now this is where I've changed to the other throw that I'm making, just to save time on the video. When you get to the 29th cross, you'll find that you've got 1 back post double. We're going to skip that double. We're going to work a front post double around the cluster, a double in between the 2 clusters, a front post double around the next cluster, and that brings us back to where we started in the corner space. So again, we're going to work 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles, and then we've start on the next side, which is exactly the same as we've just done. We start with a front post double around the cluster, a double into the space, we've got another front post double around this next cluster, and then we're going to start again with the cross stitches. So we skip that first stitch, work a double into the next, then work a double into the skipped stitch, and work along the side again with the cross stitches, making sure that you've got 29 when you reach the end, and then you're back to the next corner. So all four sides are worked exactly the same, and I'll meet you when we get I'll meet you for the next row. So we're now ready to start row 26. Row 26 is very similar to the row that we've just done, but we do the corners slightly different. So we're going to start, as always, with a slip knot onto the hook, and then into the chain space between the two doubles. For the last corner, we're going to work the same corner again, which is 2 doubles, chain 1 and 2 doubles. We're now going to front post double the first 5 stitches. So we've got the 2 doubles that formed the corner of the last row, and then we're going to front post the front post double that went around the first cluster. So that's 3 front post doubles. We're going to front post double around the double, and then front post double around the next front post double, which was round the 4th of the 2 double crochet together that formed this corner. So now we're just going to work a cross stitch over each of the cross stitches from the last row. So we start in the second bar of the cross and then come back to the skipped stitch. So that's the first cross formed, and then we just do exactly the same all the way along this row, just working across over each of the crosses from the previous row. So at the end of this row again you will have 29 of the cross stitches. So if you want to work along to the final cross stitch, and I'll meet you there. So I'm coming up to the last few crosses on this row, and now we're at the last cross before the corner stitches. So we've now got 5 stitches left up to the corner, and we're going to front post double each of those 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then join into that first double with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn and fasten off. We're now ready to start row 27. Again, we're starting in the corner, and I'm going to slip knot onto the hook. Into the corner space, which is this one here, we're going to again work 2 doubles, a chain 1 and another 2 doubles. Along the sides we're going to front post each of these stitches that we did the front post doubles on. We're also going to front post double the 2 stitches that formed the corner of the last row. So altogether we've got 7 front post doubles. And there's the last of the 7. So we've worked 2 doubles, a chain, 2 doubles in the corner, and then worked 7 front post doubles over the first 7 stitches. We're now going to back post double each stitch up to the last 7 stitches. So the last 2 back post doubles that you do will be on the final cross. So it's just 1 back post double around each stitch, all the way until we get to the last of the cross stitches, and then we're just going to work 7 front post doubles over those last 7 stitches. So I'll pause the video again and let you work your side, and I'll meet you once I've finished the last back post double on the last cross on this first side. Just coming up to the last 2 sets of cross stitches with the back post doubles, and then we've got 7 stitches left. We're going to front post double each of those 7 stitches. The last 2 will be the corner stitches from the previous row, and then we can join into that first double with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn and fasten off. We're now ready to start the next row, which is row 28. Again, I'm going to join the yarn to the hook with a slip knot, and we're starting again into the corner stitch, or the corner space should I say, and we're doing 2 doubles, a chain 1 and 2 more doubles. We're now going to front post double the first 9 stitches, which are the 7 front post doubles that we did on the last row, plus the 2 corner stitches as well, which gives it a total of 9. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So the next stitch is the back post double from the previous row. What we're going to do on this row is just 1 double in each stitch all the way along until we get to the last 9 stitches, and then the last 9 stitches we'll do a front post double. So it's a nice easy round to do this one, and I'll meet you when we get to the end. So I've done all of the doubles all the way along until the last 9 stitches. So as we did at the beginning of each row, we're going to work 9 front post doubles to reach the corner. And then, as always, we're going to join to that first double with a slip stitch, snip off the yarn and fasten off. and that's completed row 28. So for row 29 we're going to start again in the corner space with a standing double, followed by a second double, a chain one and 2 more doubles. We're now going to skip the first stitch, which is this first stitch of the corner from the previous row, and we're going to work 3 double crochet together over the next 3 stitches. So we skip that first one, we go into the second stitch, yarn over and through 2. We do the same again in the next 2 rows, the next 2 stitches. So we've now got 4 stitches on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 stitches together. We're going to chain 2 and then do exactly the same again, work a 3 double crochet together over the next 3 stitches, chain 2 and then do the same again, working over 3 stitches to work that double crochet 3 together. And then don't forget the chain 2 in between, and we're on to the next double crochet 3 together. Going to work this all the way across the row up onto the last stitch, and like we did on the first stitch we're going to skip that last one, but I'll meet you when we get to the end of the row. So we're almost at the end of this row. And as I come to the end, we've got 4 stitches left. We're going to work the last 3 double crochet together over the next 3 stitches. And then as we did at the beginning, we skipped the first stitch, we're also going to skip the last stitch. So again, we're just going to slip stitch into the first double of the row and fasten off. We're now ready for row 30. At the end of this row, which is row 29, you will have the corner stitches and 26 double crochet 3 together on each side. So for row 30, which is the final row for this part of the tutorial, we are going to start again in the corner with a standing double. We're going to do another double, a chain 1 and 2 more doubles. So we're now going to skip the first stitch and we're going to work a double and then a double into the space between the double and the first double 3 together. So we've got the 2 doubles, a chain 1, 2 doubles, and we've got the first skipped stitch and then a double in the space, a double in the next stitch and then a double into the space. We're now going to work a front post double around the double 3 together, and then we're going to work 2 doubles into the 2 chain space, a front post double around the double 3 together and 2 doubles into the space. We're going to carry on all the way along the side, just working a front post double around the double crochet 3 together and then 2 doubles in the space. So we're keeping the stitch count the same. Where we did the 3 stitches, we've got 2 stitches and the third one that sits above the front post. So again, if you want to carry on and work along the first side up to the corner, and I'll meet you at that corner. So I've now reached the end of the row. I've done a final front post double around this last double crochet 3 together. We're going to do a double in the space and a double in the next stitch, and then as we did at the beginning, we skipped the first stitch, we're going to also skip the last stitch. So we're going to slip stitch into that last double and fasten off. So if you want to carry on with the blanket before we get the next video done, there is a written pattern. I will put the link to the pattern that's on Ravelry into the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed working this part 4 along with me, and I hope you'll join me again for part 5. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.